Hello and welcome! I'm Mets Piano and you're watching Metroid Rhyme. You know, because we are in a cold place. Alright. Daily extras check, as usual. I'm expecting there to be nothing but music, but I was wrong. Okay. What do we got here now? More Samus anatomy. Samus suits. Ooh, winged. These look like Chozo designs. If you didn't know, the Chozo are in fact a bird-like species. This looks like Flagra. Various insectoid creatures, Warwasp, Beetle, Burrower, and Plasmite. Baby Sheegoth. More Ice World creatures, it looks like. Ice Parasite, Crystallite. A Shake Bat. I'm not sure what those two on the left are. Anyway, what do we got in World? More concept sketches. This is for, can't tell what room this is for. I was thinking it might be on the frigate, but that doesn't look like a frigate room. And then here's Artifact Temple, which looks gorgeous. And then music we probably just unlocked, like Magmore Caverns. Which again is a remix of Lower Norfair from Super Metroid. Anyway. So speaking of Ice Shake Bats, I think that scan is time limited. In late game, they do not return to Phendrana Drifts, so we're gonna have to make sure to grab it next opportunity we can. I would go back and get it now, but we are pretty deep into this facility, and I know that we will be walking out once we get the upgrade in here, so it can wait a bit. Right, speaking of upgrades, we got this! And I'm sure we're gonna put it to good use. I was sorely tempted to super missile those, but better to not waste the missiles. Especially since I remember the next big room being kind of a big fight. So, the control tower, one of the artifact entries in the logbook mentioned this. Yeah, a tower sits atop the fortress. Collapse it to reveal the chamber where the artifact of Elder is held. I do not think we can do this yet. I think it requires an upgrade that can melt ice. But it's good to keep in mind. Anyway, hey pirates. Bye pirates! Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, and we got Sky Pirates. I think I already got the scan for you. Yeah, I did, when it was like those two fleeing from the crate of Phazon. Maybe this will be easier than I thought. Hey Sky Pirate. Bye Sky Pirate. Yeah, okay, they do not react well to super missiles. Good to know. Yeah, okay, that was pretty simple. Yeah, I think it's over here. We need to melt the ice on this window, and that requires extreme heat. No, that's the way I came in. This is the way forward, right? Access to research lab ether granted. Now, Planet Ether we will be visiting when we reach Metroid Prime 2, but I'm not sure if the name is related at all. You guys really need to do something about the energy ball infestation in your labs, by the way. Just saying. Stasis tank B11V, or B118, contaminated beyond acceptable safety standards. Removal squad requested. There it is.
Recorded to logbook.
Talon Metroid, energy-based parasitic predator. The effects of Phazon have turned these Metroids, a species of alpha predator native to SR388, into a unique subspecies found only on Talon 4. A Talon Metroid will latch onto its prey and drain energy, growing larger as it does. The only way to shake an attached Talon Metroid is to enter Morph Ball mode and lay a bomb. Yeah. So these are the titular Metroids. Samus's mission in the first Metroid game was to exterminate all of them on planet Zebes. Hi? I'm trying to explain things here. But clearly some survived and were smuggled here to Talon 4, where they were mutated by Phazon. I'm surprised at how effective the strategy of just super missile everything is. Anyway, we got scans to read. Metroid containment fields appear 100% effective after adjustments. I doubt that. Temperatures below 10 degrees centigrade will render Metroids docile. This is a thing with Metroids throughout the series. They are vulnerable to low temperatures. This is why Samus usually has a freezing weapon in her arsenal, even if we don't have one yet. The hooked mandibles of the Metroid penetrate the skin of its prey and siphon pure life force energy. Log 10.891.0. The reconstruction of Geoform 187, codenamed Ridley, was recently completed. After his defeat on Zebes, Command ordered a number of metagenetic improvements for him. Though aggressive, we were able to implement these changes in a cycle. The metamorphosis was painful, but quite successful in the end. Early tests indicate a drastic increase in strength, mobility, and offensive capability. Cybernetic modules and armor plating have been added as well. We believe our creation, now called Meta Ridley, will become the new mainstay of our security force, a job he will certainly relish. So we talked a bit about Ridley before. He's that big space dragon that we've seen a few times. He is responsible for the destruction of Samus's home colony and the death of her parents, and is often considered Samus's nemesis, especially in certain games that will not be mentioned here. Metroid brain scan results in. Studies show accelerated activity in parietal lobe during hunting cycles at temperatures above 10 degrees centigrade. Internal organs of Metroid seem to be limited to nucleonic absorption cells and cells and massive energy reservoirs. Containment temperature stable at 3 degrees centigrade. Environmental diagnostics satisfactory. Oh yeah, what was the... Meta Ridley. Yeah, okay. Phazon Infusion Stage 6, Subject Metroid BA 5497. Subject's mass at 180% of previous Phazon cycle, increasing dosage by 4%.
Recording to logbook.
Log 10.444.4. Initial transfer of Metroids to Talon 4 research facilities has been completed. 3 were terminated in an incident at the landing site, but the others were pacified and transported safely. Initial Phazon infusion testing is underway. We are eager to observe the effects of Phazon on Metroids, especially their ability to absorb and process the energy given off by Phazon sources. Early research suggests a considerable growth in power and size. Whether the creatures stay stable thereafter remains to be seen. And that one's probably something like Metroids. Metroid studies, yeah. I don't know if these are, like, ordered in any particular order in the logbook. I know that later Prime games are a bit better about that, and we'll see that when we get there. As energy-based creatures, Metroids show immediate mass increases upon energy absorption.
Recording to logbook.
Log 10.957.2. Confidence is high regarding Phazon applications. We know enough about Phazon now to begin combining it with Space Pirate DNA. The codename for this venture will be Project Helix. Preliminary studies indicate that Phazon infusion could produce radical new pirate genomes. Benevolent mutation levels are high in current test subjects. Phazon madness is a concern, but refinements in the infusion process should reduce or neutralize the odds of mental degeneration. Yeah, good to know that they're okay with performing these experiments on themselves, too. All guards must use ice containment gear when transporting Metroids. This includes sedated specimens and those pronounced dead. Directive. In the event of a Metroid attack, repel creature with missiles set to maximum concussion. Yeah, I think that worked pretty well for the one we fought earlier. Hey, hello. Hello. You know, I should probably wait until we have cleared the room out first. Get out of here! Ugh. Seems like you need to do something about frost buildup on your stasis tanks here. Anyway. I saw, like, a missile expansion on a raised path up there, and I want to grab it. No! Hey, hello. Don't mind if I do. Okay. Okay. Yep. Okay, I think I have to navigate this in ball form. Taking it slow. Again. Taking it slow. Gotcha! Alright, back to what I was doing. We've got scanning to do. Empty stasis tank used for biological specimens. There's another Metroid here. But get off! I am not just something for you to leech. Wait, it lived through that? Okay. Where was I? Motion near Hunter Metroid DG appears to trigger psychotic episodes. Personnel are to stay at least 3 meters away from stasis tank. Hunter Metroid DS is showing signs of increased instability and a heightened immunity to cold damping fields. What, this thing? That thing's big. Anyway, we got more log entries. Log 11.550.6. Studies of Metroid biology continue, though with limited progress. It seems likely that we will be much more successful using the Metroids for our means rather than trying to reproduce their powers. If they could be adequately tamed, we would have no need of a proper understanding of their metabolism. A small force of disciplined Metroids could wipe out entire armies, and once we find a way to shield them from cold containment weapons, they will be invincible. Furthermore, if we could then harvest the energy they consumed, we would have a near-limitless source of power at our disposal. Wouldn't that be nice? Is that more Metroid studies, or... No, it's Metroid Forces. Okay, it's way down here. East Quarantine Cave has been secured. Specimen remains in the quarantine area. All experiments suspended pending pacification. Quarantine specimen exhibits highly aggressive behavior. Its body structure, composed of Phazon ore, appears nearly invulnerable. This has rendered our efforts to train and discipline subject useless. Log 11.420.7. Metroid dissection continues to provide more questions than answers. Our research team have isolated the energy conduits that run from the invasive twin mandibles to the energy core in the creature's quadripardite nucleus, but the manner in which a Metroid actually extracts the life force from its prey remains an utter mystery. The victim does not lose blood or any other vital fluids, and yet the Metroid extracts energy. Identifying this energy is our central problem. It takes no physical form, and yet without it, the victim dies. We will continue to research this matter, as the isolation of this life-giving essence could be the key to our ascendance. Yeah, I don't think you are going to use Metroids to become God. Metroid morphology. Okay. Hello? Pirate communique analyzed. Main research facility located. Yeah, it's right the heck here. We're nearly there, but I want to read. Actually, I think we're clear on this room. Yeah, okay. What? Oh, hello. Ice beetle, burrowing insect with an ice-reinforced carapace, averse to heat. This member of the beetle family has adapted to life in the sub-zero temperatures of the Phendrana drifts, growing a thick ice shell over its entire body. The ice is extremely resilient, providing the ice beetle with extra protection and augmented digging abilities. Still not that resilient. Anyway, I see another pirate there. But yeah, we're here at the research core now. Oh, Sky Pirates! Okay, I think Super Miss is the way to go with these guys. Door cannot be opened with that weapon. Okay, more Metroids. Testing of thermal imaging software complete. Commence download to Tactical Visor prototype for field testing. Central tank control circuit connection terminated. Yeah, okay. What's that on the wall? I don't know. Yep. Turrets. I heard a turret activating, but... Oh, there it is. Get out of my way, guardrail. Thank you. Thermal imaging software exceeding initial expectations. Combat applications are being evaluated by command. Field testing in Phendrana region approved. Use of prototype visors by security personnel approved. Cool. Central tank auxiliary circuit connection terminated. Alright, there any more turrets down here? No. There's a door we can't open. Thermal visor interfaces will be set to quarantine area. These visors will be useful for any personnel involved in transport of the unstable test subject there. Inform command that thermal vision tests will begin soon. Abnormal heat traces stand out against their surroundings when looking through the thermal imaging spectrum. Central tank main circuit connection terminated. The prize. Thermal visor acquired. Use down on D-pad to activate visor. And the power went off. Anyway, yeah. This allows you to see in the infrared spectrum. Hot objects are bright in the visor, while colder ones are dim. It will show the weak points of certain foes. Use the thermal visor to see in total darkness and poor weather conditions. Brightly lit areas, explosions, and intense heat can impair the thermal visor. Enemies with temperatures similar to their surroundings will be tough to spot with this visor. Yeah, stuff like the turrets we won't really be able to get a good beat on. Excuse me. Where did those guys come from? Oh, lights out. Yeah, time to put our handy thermal imaging to use. Okay. Bye. I like how this visor has a different UI compared to the combat visor. Everything's all triangular. Hi. Get lost. Gotta say, your containment tanks aren't very good, pirates. Bye again. Alright. The store has no power. A nearby power conduit must be energized for it to open. Blast of electrical energy will energize the conduit. It radiates some heat that is invisible in the normal spectrum. There we go. Nah. Can't really see these well. Wait, I need to scan those.
Recording to logbook.
Sentry drone. Well-armed and armored security mecha. Sentry drones have limited intelligence, but do their assigned tasks well. Being machines, they are susceptible to electrical attacks. When alerted, drones initiate a security lockdown and then attempt to neutralize the intruder. Their electronic warfare suite can scramble visor technology as well. Yeah, these things are hard to see in thermal vision. There. Okay. Hey, what was that guy jumping all the way up there for? I don't know, we got Metroids and stasis tanks. Turrets. Turrets that we can't see well, because this visor is not good for that. But it is very good at highlighting, like, pirates hanging on the ceiling. I know I probably should be using missiles sparingly, but also super missiles are cool. Goodbye. And we got a partial refund on that. And there's another turret there, isn't there? Be gone. Okay. The outside shouldn't be dark. Yeah, no, it's fine. We can see sky pirates. Hey, what? How did that miss? Get out of here. I can't use any more super missiles. Great. Hi. Missiles empty. I guess this is what I get for just firing super missiles with wild abandon. But you know what? I regret nothing. See? Hey. Whoa, that was 20 missiles? Okay. Hope there's not a scan entry for that. I don't know. If we don't get 100% scans, I'm not going to be too disappointed. This is the tower that goes to the observatory. Yeah. Yeah, okay, it's still dark in here. Ah! Right, I wanted to stop by the salve station here, but I forgot it's way up there. Okay. There we go. Wrong door? That one must be the... No, I can't see without this. Even if my vision is a little blurry, it's better than having no vision at all. There we are. Alright. Time check! It's been about 32 minutes, so yeah, we'll call it there for now. Tomorrow, we'll actually get out of this facility. But, until then,